back to the Tamara show. Today I have an interview with a young lady by the name of Jazmine August. I've been following Jazmine for a couple years now. I've always admired what she does. She's a sports reporter and she's super involved in her work, so invested, and I love just how ambitious she is. So today I'm gonna have a nice little sit down with her. We're gonna talk all about how she started her journey and how she stays motivated through everything. So tune in, check it out, it's gonna be great. Hey guys, welcome back to the Tamara show. We're here with Jazmine August.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So, do you prefer jazz or?
Jasmine is fine. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about your love for basketball.
Okay.
I know it runs deep. I listened to your podcast, so
Oh,
I was like, wow, she really liked this sport.
yeah. So I fell in love with basketball when I was 10 years old. All the people on my block was really into WWE and
really?
wrestling and stuff. And I was like, I don't really care for, I couldn't get into it. I just kept trying to get into it, I couldn't get into it. And I just kind of stumbled upon NBA, I just stumbled upon basketball. And my first favorite team was the Knicks. And I used to watch the Knicks, and I made my own jersey, my first jersey. I made it like out of a t-shirt. I cut the sleeves off, and I actually used one of the sleeves for like a little hat. It was like a little, little hat thing at the top. So that was when I first fell in love with basketball, and I've been hooked ever since 10 years old.
So you always watch the games.
Mm-hmm.
What was like your first official basketball game?
First basketball game I've ever been to, an NBA game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to remember the first one. I've been to so many at this point that I'm trying to remember the first one. I want to say I went to MSG for a Knicks game in junior high school. We had a trip. We took probably around 8th grade, so maybe it was around 13. We had a trip and they took us to MSG. No, I'm lying. They took us to the Prudential Center to see the Nets. We went to Jersey.
Oh,
that was our first NBA game.
How was that?
It was good. It's so funny. I don't think about it anymore because, like I said, I go to so many NBA games at this point that but I definitely remember it was good. I don't remember who the Nets were playing. It was still in Jersey, but yeah, that was my first game. Mm-hmm.
So is your love for the sport what led you to becoming a sports reporter?
Yeah, definitely. So I always wanted to work in TV. I always wanted to be in front of the camera, but I never knew exactly in what capacity. I knew I didn't want to do news. I knew I didn't want to be like an anchor, and I knew I had this love for basketball, and I never really put the two together. So when I went to school, I went to Virginia State University, and I studied TV and radio broadcast. And like I said, I just knew that I wanted to do TV and radio, but like I said, I didn't know exactly in what capacity. So after graduation, I still was lost. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna be? Whatever. And then I had a great mentor who's still a friend to me to this day, Mia Hall, who kind of introduced me to sports business. I never even really, it's so funny when you're just a fan, you don't even know it's a whole $1 billion business that's happening behind the game of sports, and specifically basketball. So she kind of introduced me to that world, and I started to connect the dots that, okay, I want to be on TV, I love basketball, why don't I put it together? And I like to say content creator instead of reporter, because from my definition or what I've seen a reporter to be, doesn't truly describe what I want to do in this landscape. It's more so create content, give athletes the opportunity to have conversations like you and I are having, so that people can get to know them as a person and as a spirit, and not just as an athlete. Exactly.
So you have a podcast called the Unapologetic Podcast.
Unapologetic Jazz podcast. I just changed it. But I changed the name of the podcast because the Unapologetic Podcast, I found it, so many people had the name. So like when I was taped in,
really?
50 podcasts would come up. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I want to stick with the unapologetic part because that's the brand, and I really believe in what that word means, which is like I'm not apologizing for anything that's to do with me or who I am. So I changed it to Unapologetically Jazz, the podcast. But yes, still in the same lane. Still in the same lane, but I want people to know the right. So when they go look for it, that's gonna come up for sure.
Search the right one. So you started the podcast because is it more like a venting session for you? Do you want to talk more about what's on your mind? Because I know you don't only touch on your job or on basketball.
Yeah, definitely. It's therapeutic for sure. I like to talk. So having a podcast gives me an opportunity to just talk. I definitely talk about basketball, but I find that a lot in my podcast. I'm really talking about spirituality. I'm really talking about self-improvement. I'm talking about dream chasing, goal setting. Like, that's really the core, I think, of my podcast. And then obviously I always incorporate my passion and my love for basketball. So whether those things relate to athlete or athlete's wife or athlete's family or some way tied in. But yeah, it is therapeutic and it's just me. It's sometimes it really is just me venting. For real. Sometimes it is.
So do your family and friends support you in your career and everything that you want to do?
Absolutely. That's the core of my fan base right now.
Aww.
It's my family and friends. I know there are people who like subscribe to my podcast and who like my podcast and the work that I do. But my family and my friends and even associates, people who, I may not speak to very often, but they'll repost, when I make a new podcast and stuff like that. So absolutely, they're super supportive of my career.
So when you first, obviously your parents and your family seen you and that you were so passionate about it.
Yeah.
Did they always know that you would get into that as a career?
They always know I would do something creative, something to do with being jazz, which is being silly and being creative and being entertainer. Like, I'm always joking and doing skits and stuff like that. So I could imagine that my family always knew that I would do something in media, entertainment, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's always been my personality. Yeah.
You are very entertaining.
Oh, thank you. Right.
So you talked about spirituality, self-improvement. I see that you go to church too, which is dope.
Yes.
Do you think that is the reason, your faith is the reason why you're so optimistic?
It's a great question. Absolutely. My faith is everything to me. And it does allow me to be very optimistic because I put my hope in God, I put my hope in Jesus. So if my hope is in Him, my faith is in Him, and I believe in Him, then I always have to believe that the best is yet to come. I always have to believe that He's going to cover me and walk me through whatever it is that I may face. So, that allowed me to be optimistic to my last day because if I truly, truly believe in Him, then I'm having faith to the end. So, yeah, for sure.
So, obviously, you talk about it on your podcast as well. Do you think that it's important to educate others and especially younger people about self-love, self-improvement, and just building yourself up, doing better, leaving toxic relationship or toxic situations behind?
Right, for sure. Yeah, that's a lot. I talk a lot about that too on my podcast, and not even just on my podcast, but just if you know me and you speak to me, that's probably a very common topic. If I had someone to tell me about those type of things when I was 15, 16 years old, it would save me a lot of tears and a lot of, BS. But I mean, that's like a double, a two-sided coin to that because it's kind of like those things made me, those things allow me to be able to help other people now and by telling my story and telling things that I've been through that, it did make me who I am. So I don't want to say that if someone had told me young, it would prevent me. But, it's just good to have someone just kind of give you insight into something that they've been doing and kind of tell you, okay, look, you're going to still go through it. Everybody got to go through their own thing. But these are some ways you could kind of speed up the healing process, speed up, So yes, I think that young people and definitely should know about stuff like that. And I hope that they listen to my podcast, and I hope that they use me as a resource because I think that's very important.
Very informative.
Yeah.
Is it difficult to balance both personal relationships with your career?
At this juncture, I would say no. It's not really, really hard. Well, maybe, okay, I say that a little bit. I anticipate it being much harder as I progress in the level of success that I want to reach. I know that that's going to be a main thing. Right now, I will say, if you ask my family and friends, they probably say Jazmine's always going, she's always traveling. So they may feel that way, but I try my best when I'm home to spend quality time with my mom, quality time with my brother, quality time with my grandmother, just my family. And as far as like romantic relationships, I'm not in a relationship right now, so I don't have that issue. When I am with a partner and I'm with somebody who I really want to be with, I think that I know how to put my man first. No. But I mean, I know how to prioritize my man and my business. You know what I mean? I think that both are important. Both should be prioritized, and you just have to balance. I would never want to. I'm not going to put one over the other. My husband, make that clear.
Yeah.
My husband,
very important.
I'm not putting one over the other. You know, when you're dating or whatever, then it's a little different.
That should be a balance.
Right. But when it comes to my husband and my career, I know that I'm going to be able to prioritize both. It's not going to be easy, but I anticipate that I will be able to juggle that.
What challenges have you faced so far from starting your career?
Good question. I'm going to say it all the time because, one, I have to say this real quick. It's really interesting being on this side. I'm usually in your seat, and I'm usually asking people questions and interviewing people. So
I thought it would be interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's my first interview, so I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So I just had to say that, but remind me of the question because that's the real.
What challenges?
Oh, what challenges I face? Yes. Wow. Well, being a woman in this industry is challenging. Being a black woman in this industry is challenging. Coming from the community that I come from and the way we're brought up and the way I was built, it's a lot of things that this business has that goes against those codes. So, you know, no snitching or no backstabbing or loyalty, respect. A lot of that, I don't see a lot of that. The deeper you get into the business, the more and more you see that those things don't really aren't valued so much. It's cutthroat. It's very much about money, you know, and that's what you realize. So the challenges I face is being able to separate those two things and know that, look, I can't expect everybody to follow the code that I follow or be as loyal as I am or have integrity like I have integrity. My thing is I believe that that's going to set me apart. You know, if everybody in the business is stabbing in the back and, you know, being disloyal, and I'm the one loyal person and the one, you know, I might miss out on some deals, I might miss out on some money, you know, but in the end, I'd rather be known for being loyal, honorable, respectful, you know, being person of integrity and just being genuine, being real. That has always been my thing. I just always want to be the most authentic Jazz, you know, I can be. And that's challenging in this business because you gotta schmooze, you gotta this, you gotta that, and I'm always in a fine line between like, I know I have to schmooze to a certain degree, but that's not in my personality at all. So it's like, okay, you have to find a line of being able to continue to be me, but also know that you gotta play the game sometimes, you know what I mean? Play the game and you figure out how far or how back you take it, you know, but that's a challenge I faced thus far. Yeah.
Has any like men try to challenge you because you're a woman?
Oh,
Have you ever been put in that position?
Oh yeah. Anytime you say, if you're in a room or a table with men and they talk about basketball, they talk about sports, and you try to put your 2 cents in, it's like, you don't really know what you're talking about. You know, they want to challenge. They're gonna challenge you. Where I will sit and watch a guy say something, when I look at him like, you don't even know what he's talking about, and won't get challenged though, just because he's a man. And I say something and it's attacked is broken down to a T, and I've seen that happen plenty times. But that's why you just gotta know more. You just gotta be more, well versed than the guys because they're gonna always try to make you seem like you don't know what you're talking about just because you're a woman. So it is what it is.
Plus you love it, so
yeah.
you're really losing.
Right.
What keeps you going when times get really tough?
Well, definitely God, definitely my faith, my family, and the fact that I know my purpose is not just tied to me. I know that my gift is connected to somebody else's gift. So if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, then all the people whose gift and purpose is connected to me, they lose. So it's responsibility with my gift. I can't just decide I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't just say, oh, I just don't feel like. No, that's what keeps me going. So I know, like, no, it's bigger than me. It's greater than me. So I got to do what I'm supposed to do so that it'll change other people's lives. So.
Do you have like little siblings or cousins?
I have one sibling and he's little. Well, he's not little anymore, but he's 17. Yeah, I have one little brother. But I have tons of little cousins. And I have a big family, and I know that my little cousins look up to me, and I know my brother looks up to me. So definitely
keeps you going.
Of course.
Yeah. What are some of your long-term goals?
Some of my long-term goals. Professionally, personally, both.
Yes.
Let's
start with professionally.
Professionally, okay. So my professional long-term goals: to own a business. To own my own business, to be able to create my own content and how I want it, when I want to, and what way I want to, who I want to speak to and don't want to speak to, what I want to talk about and don't want to talk about. I want to be able to do that. You know what I mean? I want to be able to have the freedom to create and run my own company. And I know that ownership is really important. And my idol, Nipsey Hussle, taught us that and about ownership and how important that is. And I'm just following his blueprint. I'm just taking what he did, and it really made me. I always wanted to own my own business, but losing him and learning so much about him after he passed really brought light to me the importance of ownership and what it means to be able to pass it down to family members and how it gives you freedom, because it's yours and no one can tell you what to do with it when you own it. So I want to own a couple businesses. Those are my long-term goals professionally, and be able, like I said, to help athletes be their best self. I'm figuring out exactly how that looks every day, but I know I want to be working with athletes, and specifically basketball players, every day to make sure that they're like the spirit of the athlete is being taken care of. That's the most important thing, This is a spiritual beings having a human experience. So if the only thing you're training is the body, then how can the whole total package and the core of it is really the spirit? If that's not being trained, if that's not being coached, if that's not being taken care of, then you really cannot be your best self. So I just want to help basketball players be their best selves and help them create content together. So
that's amazing.
Those are my long-term professional goals.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, for sure.
What about personal?
Personally, my long-term goals, I just want to be a boss bitch. I just want to be a boss woman, like boss style businesswoman. I want to be a boss wife. I want to be a boss mom. Those are my long-term goals. I really want to have a life partnership with somebody, a great man, and build a real strong foundation and raise beautiful black children, and own a home, and just be a boss wife, boss businesswoman, mom, and just be dope. That's my personal goals for sure.
Some great long-term goals. Where would you want to live?
Girl, let me tell you. Every time I go to a city, I fall in love.
Oh my, just like me.
Every time I go, I'm like, oh, I could live here. The only place I will say that I've been and I'm like, I don't want to live there is Atlanta. I just didn't like it.
Really?
Me and Atlanta, the energies do not line for us. But Houston is a place that I love. I love Texas. I just feel so happy when I'm there. So I could definitely see myself living in Houston. Of course, LA, because my family is there, my father's side of the family is there, and I just love LA. It's truly my second home. And then New York. I mean, New York, LA, and Houston would be like the three places that I'll probably end up.
Yeah, your husband and you'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out.
What is some advice that you can give to somebody who is probably starting out in your position right now?
One, stack your bread, you know what I mean? If you're doing what I'm doing, which is juggling a full-time job as well as my passion and building both simultaneously, one gotta fund the other, you know what I mean? So definitely be wise with your money, budget your money properly, and make a plan, strategize, really make a plan. I love planning. Executing is a little bit harder, you know what I mean, for all of us. And but some people it comes with ease, but I know that that's not something that comes with ease with me. So I have to really put an effort and focus on executing. But planning comes with ease to me. So I say to anybody, plan it out step by step, write your goals out, you know, break them down into actionable goals. Like me and my girlfriends have been doing that for a while. We love to, you know, goal set, write our goals out, and then write the little small ones, like, so you can see it. Because sometimes a big goal, you don't know where to start. You're like, I don't know where to start. But if you take it as one big goal and you break it down, okay, what can I do today towards what I want to do? So I would say plan. I would say research a lot. Volunteer. People, you know, and some stuff I'm telling you is stuff that people told me that really, you know, worked for me. And that's, don't always look at it as a money opportunity. You know, some people are like, oh, well, I'm not going and they're not paying. But it's sometimes experience is worth more than $150 a person would have paid you or whatever.
Making a connection.
Right, connections. People will look out for you. You genuinely, you know, can look out for them. Most people, if they got a good heart, they're gonna look out for you in the back end. And not even just that, but you're gonna get the experience and like you're gonna get the skills that come with doing something like that. So whatever it is you want to do, if you want to start being a reporter, content creator, whatever, just make sure you are paying attention to everything about the profession that it is that you want to do, and you're just watching and studying. Just study, and practice. And those things that I'm still doing. I'm saying things that I'm still doing because, like I said, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. So I got
a good job though.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I got a lot more ground to cover. So yeah.
It's amazing. Thank you so much,
Of
Jazmine, for coming.
This is amazing.
This was amazing. So real nice chat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna drop her Instagram, all her details, so you can check out. Subscribe to her podcast.
Yes.
Thank you. It's amazing.
Yes, Unapologetically Jazz the podcast. I am JazzAugust.com. I am Jazz August on Instagram, and then you'll be able to find all my stuff from there. And definitely to you, keep pushing. I'm so excited to be one of your guests on your show. You know, you got your cue cards, you got everything, and just keep grinding. Don't give up. You don't know how close you are. So keep pushing.
Thank you.